Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. Got some Icey Rail news to talk about to you guys today. And it has just been announced that the big boy Union Pacific 4014 will be returning to the tracks. So I am definitely a big fan of Union Pacific. That's my favorite railroad company. I also like the heritage when it comes to them with Southern Pacific, Missouri Pacific, and so forth. And just the big king of the rails when it comes to steam, with the big boys, the Challengers, the 9000 series. I've always been a big fan of steam when it comes to Union Pacific. Grew up around them, especially when it comes to Cheyenne and when it comes to Utah and Echoes Canyon and all that. So it is great to see that the big boy is back in action coming to 2022. So the world's largest steam locomotive big boy number 4014 returns to the tracks to celebrate 160 years of the Union Pacific. So Union Pacific's famed big boy number 4014 is set to return to the tracks this summer for its West Coast Steam Tour, kicking off June 26th from Cheyenne, Wyoming. This year's tour will celebrate Union Pacific's 160th anniversary, railroad heritage, the communities the railroad served, visiting the Pacific Northwest for the first time since its return to service. The big boy will be on display at 4 cities. So July 6th, Sparks, Nevada; July 8th through the 9th, Roseville, California; July 15th through 16th, Portland, Oregon; and July 21st to 22nd in Boise, Idaho. So here is the route that the big boy is going to be going. Again, it's going to go from Cheyenne and go all the way through Utah, and I'll stop in Sparks, Nevada, go down and visit Roseville, California, go up to Portland, Oregon, stop in Boise, Idaho, and then go back to its home in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Pretty darn cool. Displays include locomotive viewing access to the Experience the Union Pacific Railcar, a multimedia walkthrough expedition, and provides a glimpse of the past while telling the story of modern-day railroading and live Q&A with the steam crew. 25 big boy locomotives were built for Union Pacific to haul the freight during World War II, and 2 out of the 8 still preserved. Out of the 8 still preserved, number 4014 is the world's only functioning big boy, weighing in at 1.1 million pounds. This is the second tour since locomotive was restored for 2019's Great Race Tours, which celebrated the 150th anniversary of the Transcontinental Railroad's completion following a retirement and spanned 6 decades. The big boy was delivered in Union Pacific in December 1941 and helped carry the nation through World War II. Said Scott Moore, Senior Vice President, Corporate Relations, Chief Administrative Officer, it is now serves as a reminder of our history of how the rail is the backbone of America. The tour last year brought out about 1.1 million people from the community we serve, and we cannot wait to share the big boy again this summer. So 4014 will leave the steam shop in Cheyenne, Wyoming, June 26th, making brief whistle stops in dozens of communities in California, Idaho, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, and Wyoming. Further details will be released in May. So there you go. Released just recently, the Union Pacific announced the next tour for the Union Pacific Big Boy 4014. This will be definitely something I will cover when it comes to its location, and something I want to do on my newest podcast coming up, the Icey the Icey Rails podcast. So we'll definitely be following the big boy across its tour. So with that, guys, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited that the 4014 is finally going back to the rails? And rumor has it that it is definitely the most photographed locomotive in the world, which is also pretty cool. So with that, I am definitely happy to see the 4014 back on the rails. So with the guys, I'll see you on the next video, and wing hugs to all, and to all a good night.